to Joanne's Cosmic Energy. How is everybody today? I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, certified personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, and the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast deck. So yeah, how is everyone doing with all this energy that we have going on? After all, this is all about cosmic energy, isn't it? Before we get into that, let me just give a shout out to all of my advertising guests, advertising sponsors rather, from my TV show. Just really quickly, just going to shout them out. Just want to give a big shout out to Sherry Simpson. She's our intuitive business guide. Then we have Susan Joy Mitchell. She is our author, nurse educator, and a Reiki practitioner. Gail Nicholson, which is one of my favorites. She's a resilience coach and also a metaphysical practitioner. Then we have Vijana Sun. She is a subconscious mind specialist, intuitive, and loves to help people unplug from the matrix. Then we have Gabriella. She's a medical intuitive and also the CEO of the founder at Alive Health Solution. And our newest one is Linda Boney, our feng shui consultant. So those are our advertising sponsors that support my TV show and also support me here as well. So I ask you, how are you doing with all this amazing energy that we have going on since, well, it's going as far back as when COVID-19 started. And more importantly, what's the energy we had from last week with the 4th of July, the lunar eclipse energy in the full moon of Capricorn. We are currently in Cancer energy in the sun. And I just want to speak about the Cancer and the Capricorn energy just for a moment. Just give a shout out to all those celebrating birthdays also. But when we think about Cancer energy, which is what the sun is in right now, it's all about the 4th house, which means about family, the home, and also your mother and how you are a mother. And how does your motherly instance show up right now? And who are you mothering? Or more like smothering, for that matter. Who are you mothering? Who are you taking care of? Who are you nurturing? That's that Cancer energy. But now let's flip it over to Capricorn. Capricorn's energy is all about what it is you do, your career, your purpose, and shining your energy and light on that. And I think with COVID-19, this is a perfect opportunity for everybody to really dive deep into what are they doing and does it serve them? And with this Capricorn energy that we just had from the full moon last weekend, and we're still sort of in it, but understanding that with that lunar eclipse, this energy is going to be amplified for about 6 months. So you may very well be constantly thinking about what it is you do as your career. Do you have a 9-to-5 job? And are you going to be resuming it once things start to fall into whatever we're going to call the new normal? Or are you in a space now where you're really evaluating what it is you want to be doing? And I truly believe that it brings a lot, the COVID-19 energy and all the energy from last week brings a lot of attention to that question. Now, here's where it gets really interesting, guys. The energy we had yesterday was July 7th. In fact, I was actually almost wishing my radio show was yesterday. So I could have really educated you about that amazing energy that we had yesterday. So just to recap on that energy, because we still feel it. That 7-7 energy is all about being able to sit quietly, almost go in like a hermit or an introvert, and allow yourself to really reflect and analyze on where you're going on your path. Where are you going on your path? Which really brings you back into the Capricorn energy. Where are you actually going on your path? And is what you're doing on your path serving you on the highest level? And that's a really big, important question that we all need to start asking ourselves. Because if you haven't asked yourself that yet, it's time you start doing that. Because as we move into this, whatever the new normal is going to be, this is not going to be about what you do based on your ego. This is really about what's serving your higher self. And if you do attempt to try to do things based on the ego, it's going to create a lot of issues for you. Whether those issues show up physically or emotionally, it's going to create issues for you where you're going to feel stuck. And that's because the energy that we had from yesterday yesterday is really all about allowing us to move into that new space, new evolution, new vibration, new frequency is where yesterday's energy has pulled us into. Now we take the energy of the whole entire day in itself, yesterday's energy, which is that double 7, powerful 7 that comes from our higher self because it's a master number. But then let's add those numbers, which brings you into a 14, which in numerology, we're going to take that number down to a 5, because 1 and 4 equals 5. And in numerology, 5 is all about the changes that each and every one of us are undergoing, whether we are aware of those changes or not. Now, theoretically, from my point of view, it's easier to be aware of it because it makes it transitioning a little easier to undergo. But when you're not aware of the things that are going on in your life right now, personally and then collectively, it creates a lot of resistance. And that resistance could very well show up as anger and frustration and annoying and lack of patience. And when you have that, that creates a lot of issues emotionally. So we have that 5 energy of change is on its way. Whether you want change or not, it is no longer up to you. You are no longer in control of this change. However, you can be if you allow yourself to open up your mindset and see things in a different way. So now, let's talk about the 5 energy, including what I like to call and what all intuitive healers call the collective energy, which is that 2020. When we think about that 2020, you have the double 2s, which is all about the partnership, but on a higher level. And then you get the double 0s, which again, all about potential on a higher level. This again doesn't address your ego. This is all about how you can serve on a higher level. This is no longer about me, or I. No, it's about the we. The we. How can we work together so we can serve one another? So when we take that 4 energy, which is what 2 and 2 equals, you have the 4, which is the foundation. But now take the 4 and the 5 and add it together. Now you get a 9 energy. Now for me, before I go into the 9 energy information, I always like to say that there's 3 numbers, 3 what we call personal energy for the year. There's 3 numbers that I truly believe are transformational energies. And those numbers appear to be 5, 7, and 9. So if you happen to have a 5, 7, or 9 personal energy for this year, for me, that's an indication that you are on a serious transformational shift, more so than any of the other personal numbers that would look like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. 6, 8, those numbers there. Although all our numbers represents a shift, but the 5, the 7, and 9, for me, are transformational. And when we think about that 9 energy, I'm going to go back into that. Think about it as the things you have to declutter, or the things that were decluttered for you, which is where COVID-19 comes. Things that were literally taken out for you. It's almost like, I'm sure all of you've seen this big truck that says 1-800 junk, I think, if I'm even saying it right. Not that I'm promoting them, but anyway, where they come in and all you do is point and they take your stuff out. Well, that's what COVID-19 did to us. That is exactly what COVID-19 did. COVID-19 came and isolated us and locked us down and took away the job, took away people, took away places. And it did that so we can get into a space to be able to sit quietly enough to declutter the constant go. Because we are so used to doing things to keep ourselves so darn busy that we don't get a chance to think, or we don't get a chance to be quiet. And that's what COVID-19 did for all of us. It gave us an opportunity to literally sit, to be still. The 2 things that most people do not like to do. Because once we sit and we're still, then we get to hear the inner voice starts to speak to us. Or we get to hear our higher self start to speak to us. And sometimes we don't want to hear that, because there are some things that we're trying to avoid hearing because they may not be the easiest things to accept. But that's that 9 energy, where all of this has been decluttered for you. All of the things you had to come into a space to let go of and be open to letting go. Because again, like I said, you had no choice. This was not about you getting up and saying, well, I'm going to decide whether or not I want to go to work today. Or I'm going to decide I want to go see a friend today. No, you did not have that choice. So you let things go with that 9 energy. And now with yesterday's energy, yesterday was a major pivot in reference to how are you going to transform now that you've let things go, whether you chose to or not. You let things go. You have this big open space now that you get to fill. You get to decide what it is you want to bring back in. But understanding the 7-7 energy is about serving your higher self. So this is not ego based. So if you're going to bring back in things that do not serve you, that's going to create a lot of resistance, which I like to call issues. And those issues may very well sit in your tissues, creating a lot of physical discomfort, emotional discomfort, and very well can lead into a lot of illness and disease. So that's yesterday's amazing energy that we had. And I'm hoping each and every one of you took advantage of sitting quietly in meditation, putting pen to paper to really journal where you would like to see yourself going forward, career-wise, and also your relationships, where you like to see yourself going forward. And all this energy we have going on right now, all wrapped up, is going to help us get there. And I like to say, when you have awareness and you are awakened, you can then better understand what is going on, and you're not resisting it as much or no longer. And then it's almost like you have an upper hand. But when you are not aware and not awakened, this situation we have going on right now could be damn well scary. Damn well scary. Because you're waking up and you're like, what the heck is going on? And you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what's going to happen next. And you're trying to control, you're trying to hold on. And it's almost like you have all these people around you who could be giving you a life preserver, and nobody is. Nobody's handing you a life preserver right now. Because now it's all about you having to trust. I said it. Trust the process that is going on for you. No one is going to go in that life preserver to help you swim. No, you have to trust. You have to get into that space and trust that you're exactly where you need to be. And all this amazing energy that we do have going on is for your most highest good. And I just want to tap in and remind you about the different planets that are in retrograde right now. I'm sure those of you who follow my show, you've heard me talk about retrogrades dozens of times, and this show is no different. I want to just share with you, we have 5 planets in retrograde. Thank God, a couple of weeks back, one of our planets did go direct again, which was Venus, which is all about the love, partnership, love, money, and relationships. So that's direct. So that's moving, flowing easily. But we still have Pluto, which is all about the transformations and all about things dying off. Then we have Saturn, which is all about our boundaries and our karmic energy, our beliefs, and our habits. Then we have good old Jupiter, which is all about our spiritual growth, and being able to reflect on the spiritual growth. Then we have the one many of us know, Mercury. Mercury, good old Mercury is about our communication. How are we communicating? It's also about scheduling. Right now, we don't have much to schedule. It's all about planning. Right now, we don't have much to do with that either. It's all about technology. But we're doing a lot of that because we're spending a lot of time on our computers, remotely doing everything that we're doing. So Mercury is playing a role there, guys. And then we also have Neptune. Neptune is the planet of intuition, your psychic abilities, your intentions, and also your spiritual growth. So now if you take all of what I just said with all of our planets, it now makes sense to why we're in the space we are in. We're in the space of reflecting, trying to get a better understanding to who we are on a soul level, not as a human. And I want to quote this. I quote it often. and I want you to listen to this. We are spiritual beings living a human experience. And everything we go through is an experience, which is a lesson for us to move us to where we have to go spiritually. Yes, I said that. It helps us to go where we need to go spiritually. We are humans having many, many, many experiences helping us lead us to the lessons we need to learn. And every experience is a lesson. Just like this one is. Just like this one. So what I like to do is I want to just dive into a card reading very quickly before my guest comes on, because I have an amazing guest that's going to complement the conversation I just shared with you and bring some more insight in regards to energy and and hopefully help you to understand should you fall in the category of being an empathic, which means from my point of view, someone who picks up energies, but my guest will explain it much more in depth than I'm going to. So let's just get a card going, see what we need to hear for today. And also want to bring you awareness to July 11th. 7/11, guys. Be aware, I will be coming on live on my Facebook page some point that day on 7/11. Maybe I'll try to do it at 11 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock at night, or even 7 p.m., wherever have you, to talk about that amazing energy, because that is going to be amazing just as it was yesterday. And I share this because, I like to enlighten you, I like to awaken you, and I like you to become more aware. The more aware and awakened you are, the more you get to understand what's going on in your world, my world, our world, because we are in this together. So let's see, what card do we need to see, hear, and connect with? The card for today, which shows up upside down, and it does not surprise me. The card is healing. Healing. And for those of you who are new to me, when the card is upside down, what it basically means is there's resistance to healing. It also means it's really important for someone in the viewers, myself, or whoever else is listening to hear this message. So when we think about healing, what are you resisting about healing? Now, healing doesn't necessarily have to be where you have to heal a cold or an illness. Healing could be about healing the whole process of your mind, body, and spirit, your mindset, changing it, transforming it. That could be what healing can be. It's about transforming the way you think, changing your habits, changing your patterns, changing your beliefs. Because when you start changing those things, you begin to heal and bring yourself in the perfect alignment to what serves your most higher self and your highest purpose. Because I truly believe that we are all here on this earth now to live in our purpose. Every one of us, we have made a contract to say, this is the lifetime that we need to live in purpose. This is the lifetime that we need to heal, which is thanks to COVID-19 is helping us with our healing journey. Whether or not you are open to it or not, every one of us are going through a major transition right now. Every one of us. Every one of us are at a specific frequency, and every one of us are changing. Whether you see it or not, but you're in a process of healing. Our color, our chakra associated with this card is the heart center. And I truly believe that when we go into the process of healing, we begin to heal our heart. We begin to let go of the anger, the frustrations, the disappointments, the rejections, the abandonments, the limitations. Should I go on? Well, you get the point. And when we heal all of that, we allow ourselves to step into a space of peace, love, forgiveness. Forgiveness is the highest frequency, the highest vibration of healing one can have. So when you are in a space so you can forgive, you are going to heal. And forgiving is not about forgetting, although it would be nice that you do. Forgiving is really just about letting go of whatever it is you hold on to about the situation and bringing yourself into a space of peace and understanding that we all have different karmic lessons that we are here to go through. And we all have contracts that we work with each and every person. So if there is somebody that you are angry at, perhaps it's time to just sit back and think about that contract in regards to what it is you are angry at that person about, and see if you can see that in a different light. Because when you can step into that different light, perhaps you'll begin to heal and get to a space where you can forgive yourself and forgive them. It's a two-part action when it comes to forgiveness. It's not just about what they did to you. It's about you taking accountability as well. And when we can step into that space of recognizing that we play a role in it too, it's easier to forgive. The number here is 6. So again, just trapping into the concept of understanding 6 is all about healing, the healer. As you go through your journey of healing yourself, you then become a better healer, the nurturer, which again wraps us right back into that Cancer energy of the sun. All about the family, all about the home, all about the mother, your mother, and the mother within yourself. How are you nurturing? How are you healing yourself? And how are you helping others heal? That's a massive, intensive, heavy question. And I invite you to think about that and utilizing this amazing energy that we are in today and going forward, and asking yourself, how are you a healer? How are you healing yourself? And how do you help others see the best in themselves? Because we all have a better version of who we are. Digging down, we just have to help people bring it up. I'd like to invite you to take a moment to look at every person and see their strengths as opposed to their weaknesses. So if there's someone that you are not exactly friendly with, annoyed at, even angry, take one moment to think about something they are strong in. And I'm not speaking like physically strong, something they're really good at, and focus on that. And perhaps maybe even tell them how good they are, whatever it is they're good at. Somebody could be a really great worker. Somebody could be a really great nurturer. Somebody could be a really good listener. Let them know this. Because when you get stepped into that space of recognizing someone's strengths and not focus only on their weaknesses, you begin to heal. And in return, that makes you a good healer because that other person's going to heal too. It's a win-win for everybody. So when we think about the collective energy of that 4, it's finding the balance, the harmony, the love, which is all about building a new foundation. And when you think about this Cancer sun energy, build that new foundation around your home, your family, your relationships. And every one of us has a nurturing heart. Start using it. Start using that nurturing heart. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, I'm hoping my guests will be here. And for those of you who are interested in having a private reading, feel free to email healingwithin76@gmail.com. And I will be more than happy setting up an appointment with you so you too can have a cosmic energy soul forecast. I think it's a perfect time to have one. It will help to set you in the right path and answer some serious questions you may have. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Hello everyone, my name is Linda Boney. I'm a Feng Shui consultant and speaker. I'm the owner of Feng Shui Inspirations. Get inspired, move forward. I assist my clients in setting their space up for success, creating better health, wealth, and relationships. www.fengshuiinspirations.com 347-223-0532. Thank you and blessings.
Has your gym recently reopened and you're a high-risk client and not sure if you're ready to go back? I can help. I'm Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified personal trainer, intuitive healer, and cosmic energy reader. And I help clients like yourself release issues from their tissues. To redeem your 30-minute discovery session, email healingwithin76@gmail.com. I do look forward to working with you. Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Cosmic Energy. If you are just tuning in, remember to share, like, and comment. And know that you can catch us on Roku, should you not be able to watch today's show, or if someone else couldn't, just want to recap on our card for today on the healing. It's really important to step into the space of healing. There is so much going on. And as you heal yourself, you begin to be the best healer for other people. And the more we can help each other heal, wow, could you imagine what this world would be like when we all start to heal? Amazing, amazing. So just remembering that the healing process starts from within. You must be willing to do your own work and then start to stem out to help others. And talking about healing, I have my amazing guest here. Now, I've been following Trisha. Now, Trisha, I'm sure I'm going to say your name wrong, so if you don't mind just introducing yourself, just your first and last name.
Hi, everyone. I'm Trisha Dyka.
Thank you. Thank you. And I have been following Trisha on Facebook for some time now. Mm-hmm. And the things that she shares are quite amazing. And I don't think I've ever met anyone who's an empath coach. You are the first one. And I'm amazed by it. And to start off with, let the viewers know, what is an actual empath coach? What do you do?
I help other empaths. I help them to recognize their energy. I help them to decipher what's theirs, what's not theirs, what their triggers are, what they're being affected by day to day, how to communicate with their clients and with their significant others and families, and how to really make a bigger impact for their businesses while creating happiness and inner peace, so that they're not stuck like a deer in the headlights. Oh my God, I just picked something up. Is it mine? Who does it belong to? There's so many questions and things that we go through when we start to pick stuff up. It's really honing that skill in and saying, this is not mine. I don't even need to think about it. It's going to flow through me, and it'll be healed while that's happening.
Mm-hmm. So now what Trisha is actually speaking about, when she's speaking about picking things up, what I'm guessing is like the emotions and also the physical things that people pick up from other people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can pick, as an empath, we pick things up emotionally. We pick things up physically. We'll pick things up mentally. And there's so many ways to do this. Emotions are really easy. Emotions, you could be home alone in your house watching TV, and you're actually picking up the world's emotions coming through your four walls of your house. You think you're protected, you think you're safe, but the reality is emotions are energy in motion. They are moving. Walls are not going to stop them. That is energy. So you're home alone, and all next thing you know, you're feeling the collective. And the collective is whatever's going on in the world. Like, for example, COVID. When this all started happening, a lot of empaths were really, really having a rough time because of the uncertainty and the fear and this being scared. And, not only do you pick up the emotions of others, you also have to deal with your stuff. Like you said, your card was healing. You have to look at yourself. You have to heal yourself. And you need to recognize the difference. All right, I need to heal this because this is mine. And I'm picking up the collective. That's not mine. That I don't have to delve into that to heal that. You pick this up physically. I can't tell you how many times, where I am somewhere. And next thing you know, like, for example, I was at the mall a long time ago, and I'm walking around, and my whole right hip is in tremendous pain. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to fall. And I went, wait, when I find something comes to me like this, I have to stop and say, is this even mine? And in that instance, I knew it wasn't mine because I didn't have hip issues when I walked into the mall,
Yes,
So,
yes.
and it could be things like you're tired, like you're around somebody and you wake up, you're high energy, you're ready to go, you've got things going, and next thing you know, you're totally exhausted. And it's like, well, where did that just come from? When you catch yourself saying that kind of phrase, where did that just come from? You got to ask, is this mine? Same thing with a headache, or, I can't tell you how many times where I've been through the years where I've worked next to people, and I'm like, all of a sudden my head is pounding, and I'm like, what the hell just happened? And I'll hear another coworker say, my head's been killing me all day, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah, like,
So,
thanks a lot.
yeah, but as quick as it comes, if you have the tools, and something as simple as asking the universe to clear it and heal it and remove it.
Yes, which also brings that in reference to what I was saying earlier in my first part, the awareness, recognizing that, as you said, you walked in the store and you knew you didn't walk into you knew when you walked in the store, your hip wasn't bothering you. But as soon as you got into the store, it was like, what the hell is this?
Yes.
Like, where did this come from? And you knew it wasn't yours. But having that awareness, I think, is key, because sometimes, sadly to say, there's a lot of people who walk around with a disconnect from their mind and their body. So it's not connected. So they're not making that connection to the fact that when they walk into the store and they start to feel something that they didn't feel before, that it's not even theirs, because they don't have that connection. So how can you help the viewers have like an understanding of how they can recognize that and sort of wake them up, so to speak?
Well, the wake up piece really is part of the healing within us. That is, stop that busy lifestyle that we have and step back and be present. And that's not the easiest thing to do, because as a society, it's like we're on this go, 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 quick, quick, quick mode. We have to go. We have to go. One of the easiest tools that I share with my clients, and I just love to share, is something called the Empath Symbol. And what that is mine just happens to be a bear. Yours can be anything: an instrument, a flower, an animal, places. So you get just something you like.
Yes.
And ask the universe to show you that symbol when what you're feeling does not belong to you.
Yes, I remember you sharing that on a Facebook Live. I was like, I like that. Yes. And it does work. It does work. I think I remember you mentioning in your Facebook Live, I forget what, I guess it was the bear. And I think your husband had mentioned to you, have you noticed all the bears you see?
Yes, I was going to, we were going to Best Buy one night, and I was loaded with anxiety, and it just was going higher. And this is when I first realized I was an empath, and my life was very messy then, because when you're disconnected, you're not feeling those emotions. And when you finally become connected, it is like a pressure cooker, and all that stuff that you tried to hide and push down is now coming up.
Oh, yeah.
And the sad part is because we're on the go-go, as empaths, if you don't understand that, you're taking everything on as yours and pushing it down as yours. So I would probably say 90% of what we feel is not even ours. Because when I first started using my symbol kept coming up like 90% of the day. And I'm like, oh my God. You know, when we walked into Best Buy, it was on every single TV.
A bear probably walked in the door.
I bet you it did. But it was so amazing because, first off, we don't have bears on Long Island. So I trusted the universe to show me the bear. And it did so. People sending me bears who didn't even know what I was doing in the beginning. Like sending me pictures or talking about bears, or, you know, and in the beginning too, I was the doubting Debbie. And I said to the universe, well, prove to me this really isn't mine. And the woman walked by talking about lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. And I went, oh, so, you know,
we gotta love the universe.
Yes.
Gotta love the universe. Yes, we do, because the universe will. The universe will confirm it when you are doubting it. Because I do the same thing. I'll ask the universe to show me something, and once the universe shows it to me, I'm like, all right, well then, you know what? Show it to me and make it have this, just so I can confirm it. And sure enough, it does. And it's like, oh, yeah. So the universe does definitely show up. So, yeah, awesome.
Yes. And what it was I needed to connect with my body. Like you were saying, we have to connect with our bodies. And if we do not, we've got this huge disconnect going. So once I was connecting with my body, it took me several months, maybe 6 to 8 months before I started to recognize it. I didn't need to see my symbol because I already knew my energy. So when people don't know their energy, this is a great tool to actually get you acquainted with, I'm starting to feel, something's going on in the world. And I remember there was and it doesn't matter what time of day. I woke up one day, it was like 3 something in the morning, and I had a collective symbol, and I would immediately showed it to me in the middle of the night. And I'm like, oh, good God, there's something going on. I was in utter terror.
Oh.
And I was like, something's going on, but I knew it wasn't mine. I asked the universe to help in whatever way, because as empaths, we're being woken up. We're being told there's a problem, something's going on. So I invoked the universe and the earth to help with their healing energies and help whomever is having this issue. And it was, mind you, this is years ago. There was a earthquake or volcano, and I don't recall, in Italy, and there was a lot of death and there was a lot of fear. And I remember the next morning looking, going, what in God's name happened in the middle of the night, And I remember seeing it, and I don't recall if it was an earthquake or if it was a volcano, but it was something extensive. It was huge. So we feel the earth events, we feel the fires and the earthquakes and the tsunamis, and we feel the moon. People will say to me, I don't believe in Mercury retro, I don't believe in the full moon. My response is, if you're an empath, I don't care if you believe in these things or not, but you're feeling the collective energies.
Exactly.
You're feeling those people who do.
Exactly.
And one of the things I love to say for the empaths is, sometimes for those of us, because I believe the moon affects us every single day.
Amen.
Mercury retro.
Yes. Well, the moon itself.
Tell me.
Yeah, the moon itself rotates every 2.5 days.
Yes.
So because it rotates every 2.5 days, it's changing astrological signs every 2.5 days, and that itself is going to create some emotional up and downs for everybody. And as empaths, they're going to feel it.
Yes.
So go ahead with what you were saying as I really cut you off.
No, some Mercury retros, like for this particular sign, we're in Cancer. It's a water sign. It's an emotional sign. This one did not truly affect me, but collectively it did. There's a lot of angst. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of unresolved issues coming up. But yet I find other Mercury retros send me to hell in a handbasket personally.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh my God. And I find that when we're dealing with those issues, it actually shows us what's not working, so we can tweak it and change it and have it work for us. So it's like looking at our old beliefs and our old issues that need to be changed.
Exactly. So now when you work with your clients, and I'm almost sure it probably is very personalized, but how often when working with a client do you see them?
I work with them on a monthly basis, and I actually work with them daily via email or Facebook Messenger, and I have 1-hour sessions with them during the week. We really delve into what's going on, what's affecting them. Like, they don't realize text messages, social media, TV, YouTube videos. You could be on a call, and I find this one's a huge trigger, is when you're on a call about money or money beliefs. It is a huge trigger, so you pick up even more. So depending on like the different courses that you're taking to learn, like I took a money course 10 years ago, and I could not understand why I was sick and in tears every single time I hung up that call. I'm like, I can't handle this anymore. And I had to stop listening. And once I understood that, because there were hundreds of people on that call, a lot of them, again, were money's a very
high-powered, high-powered and very emotional topic. You know, you talk to the average person about money, the first thing that comes to mind is they get anxious.
Yeah.
They get anxious. I mean, some people, the minute they talk about money, it's like, whoa, like what? Even for me, I know, you know, years back before doing the work that I'm doing, money was like, if I had to speak to a client about money, it made me really nervous. You know, if I had to pay a bill, it made me really nervous. You know, but of course, when you can adapt and understand that, you know, from my point of view, money is energy. And if we can just understand it, that, you know, we have to honor the flow of money. We also have to honor the fact that, you know, if you're purchasing a service, you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, if you purchased it, you have to pay for you and enjoy the service, so enjoy paying for it as well. And the same thing where the whole concept with a client, you know, you charging a client something, you're giving a service. So being able to value and honor what your service is worth. So you don't have that. What I had was like, the nervous feeling of like, oh my God, now I got to ask him for money, you know? So yeah, so I could definitely see money being a big thing for people.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was a course I had to stop and leave until I understood what was going on with me. So I actually put it on hold for a long time before I actually went back to it again. But like these things people don't think about. They just think, well, if I'm in a large area, you know, like a mall or a stadium, that's going to affect me. Yes. But then there are so many other things that you don't recognize that you're picking up. You're picking up the tones and the energies of, I remember watching an energy coach on YouTube, and I was like, I don't get it. Something does not feel comfortable. That is a huge key for empaths. When your gut is telling you something is uncomfortable, stop, breathe, step away, and ask why.
Yes.
Because something is not aligning here, whether it's just you're not a match, or the person is talking but doesn't believe what they're saying. And sometimes it's that they think they believe it, but there's something with them that's not jiving. So people are like, oh, it just means they're lying. That's not always the case.
Exactly.
Sometimes people don't even realize that that's happening. So as empaths, we get all of these things, and it's up to us to use our intuition and our guidance system to say, okay, this is what's going on. Yes, it's a deep knowing. It is. You can tell, when someone tells you a bullshit story, you're gonna be like, okay, all right, and just step away, because is it worth the time and energy to have that debate with somebody? That's up to you, you know.
Exactly.
But I'm always teaching, you know, my clients, make sure you notice where your energy is going. Do you want it to go there? Where is it leaking, and where is it going? What are you focusing on? You know, stop trying to help the person who does not want to be helped. As empaths, you want to help everybody. You want to heal everybody. But when you're constantly trying to help and heal people who don't want it,
yes. Good. So my question to you for the viewers, how can one keep themselves protected or safe when they are, you know, whether they're going out or watching TV or whatever? How do they protect themselves from all of this energy? And can they, for that matter?
Yes. There are a lot of things that they can do daily. Well, one of the things that I'm not really fond of are bubbles or protections or white lights, because I say to people, when you go to put a bubble of protection around you for negative energy, you're actually focusing all your attention on negative energy.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
What you resist is going to come right at that bubble.
Exactly.
So I believe the more open we are, the easier emotions flow through us. Now, and to do that, I suggest grounding. People can ground their energy, whether it's a visualization, it's being out in nature. And being in nature is a balm to the empath soul. And I actually have my very own bowl of sand as grounding. I went to the beach. I got sand, and I have a shell and some crystals in here. But when I'm having a particularly rough day, I find myself with my hands in that bowl and grounding my energy.
Yes, and I know that you sit in the grass a lot.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hear you say you're constantly sitting your ass in the grass.
Yes, I really am. Barefoot, ass in grass, at parks, especially now at the beach. And it's for like those of you who are currently have it like wintertime for you, go outside and get yourself a bucket of dirt or sand or something that you can have close to you. It's important for your mindset. When I remember when I first found out I, was an empath, I did not like it. I played the victim role to the 100th power. So it's real important to focus on your mindset and where you are and it being the gift that it is, because we have so many other gifts as well. So mindset's really big. Grounding's really big. Another super, super easy tool that I share with clients and people is the heart-centered intention. And what that is imagining a breeze coming through your heart center all day long, clearing out anything that you may have picked up that does not belong to you. And then you send it down into the earth or up into the universe to be cleansed, cleared, healed, and return back up with positive thoughts and love.
I love that. Beautiful.
Yeah. And again, it's using one or the other to heal the energies.
Mm-hmm.
The more open we are, because we're the cleaners of the universe. So our bodies, emotions are constantly coming through it. But here's the thing. You do not have to take it on. You do not have to make it yours. And you're always calling in these higher energies to help you take care of it. And on the days you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, or you're overtired, or you don't feel good, or whatever's going on in your life, because again, we're human and we have our own stuff. Our bodies become an even bigger playground for lower vibe emotions, because our body's struggling to either have energy or struggling to heal itself. Mm-hmm. So those are the days I'll say to the universe, I need a timeout, and I really need you to clear everything that's coming through me, because I don't have anything. I'm trying to focus on me. So I'm always asking the universe for something, whether it's more energy, whether it's to handle the emotions coming through you. Because when those are the days, like, you're not paying attention, you're really not paying attention to being present. You're more focused on, I'm really tired, or I really don't feel well. Mm-hmm. And when you're focused on that, you're really not being present to the stuff coming through you. So that's when it becomes a bottleneck. And that's when you easily pick up more stuff, and you end up taking it on as yours quicker. So that's when I say to the universe, please help me. Please help me to remove what's not mine. Please clear it out. Please help me to keep my energy grounded. So these are like all about quick and easy tools, because I want to get back to living my life just like you do.
Awesome. Yes. Let the viewers know how they can reach you for questions or even for your services.
I am always on Facebook, and Trisha Dyka, DYCKA, or you can send me an email at trisha@trishadyka.com. Those are the easiest ways to get me, is social media, which is just under my name, or send me an email.
Awesome. And there's a flyer with that information. And Trish, what I like to do today, if you're okay and open to it, is I like to give you a one-card reading.
Okay, I'm open.
All right. If you can just say your full name on your birth certificate 3 times out loud.
On my birth certificate.
Yeah. Oh, okay. On your birth certificate.
my maiden name. Okay. Patricia Ann Sarno, Patricia Ann Sarno, and Patricia Ann Sarno.
Okay. So what we got here for you is freedom. Freedom. Yes. And what I get from this with the freedom card is, with all the work that you do, being an empath, is that you really are freeing yourself up from the energies you do pick up in your day, and you're getting really, really powerful with it in I also think too, in regards to having the experiences that you do have, it's actually there because it's helping you to help others find their freedom.
Yeah.
And it's almost as though, which I'm sure you've heard this many times before, is you're a catalyst for others. You're also a master teacher for others to helping them get to where they need to go. And that's going to help them get free of whatever they carry. And the chakra associated, which is exactly what you spoke on, is being an empath. Grounding is extremely important to do every day in whatever way you can. Because when you're not grounded, you're more likely, as you said, you're going to attract more negative energy. So grounding is extremely important. Your card here is 1 and 4. 1 means for you that there's something brand new coming in. And interesting enough, what I'm hearing, and I have no idea if you're doing it or not, but are you in the process or thinking about writing a book?
It's come up more than once, I'll tell you that. It's definitely has.
Yes, the minute you got on the show here, I wanted to ask you that question. I feel like there's a book, and that's that 1 energy, that there's something new coming in for you, a big project. The 4 energy is about the foundation, where you're building a new foundation, and that book is going to be a major part of that new foundation. The 1 and 4 in numerology is 5. So it is about change. There's a lot of changes that you're experiencing right now. Mm-hmm. And upon writing that book, it's going to bring a lot of changes for you in regards to the type of work that you're doing currently and how you're going to do it differently. The work's going to be, the actual work you do is going to be the same, but you're going to do it very different.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes? Good.
Yes, it really does.
That's what I get. And like I said, the minute you got on the show, in my mind, I was like, okay, she's got a book in her. I feel it. I do feel it. Yes. So does that resonate with you?
Yes, very much so, because all of what you said, the change, the growth, the learning to do things a little differently, have all been hot with me lately. I'm like, all right, so what else can we do? What other things can I share, offer, or guide on?
Yes, definitely a book. Definitely a book. So again, I know we just shared it, but just share your information again for the viewers so they can get it from you.
Sure. Anywhere on social media, Instagram, Facebook is Trisha Dyka, and that's DYCKA. And you can also send me an email at trisha@trishadyka.com. And awesome. My first name is TRICIA.
Yes. And as I said before to my viewers, I've been following Trisha for quite some time now. She is amazing. And from my experience, she's the only empath coach that I'm aware of. And she is amazing. Her energy is awesome, very powerful. And I look forward to continuing to see how you grow through the COVID-19 and all the changes you're going to be undergoing. So it's a really powerful journey you are on. And as I always say, we experience our journey for the sole purpose so we can live in our purpose. So there's no accident to why you experience the energies you experience, so you could teach and do what you're doing. So I appreciate you for doing that and not running away from it. So that's a blessing. So I just want to let the viewers know, again, we're going to be coming to an end of the show now. And for those of you who are interested in the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast reading, you can just leave an email at healingwithin76@gmail.com. And also know that we will be back here the second Wednesday in August. And that's going to be an amazing show, as I've been doing a 30-day daily promotion challenge where I promote one person every day, a different person. And I'm really excited to see who's going to win that 30-minute interview. And so really excited about that. And then come join me on Sunday. This Sunday, as I have an amazing guest coming on, she's going to be speaking about feng shui. She's been a guest of mine before, and she's going to be speaking about feng shui and relationships. So tune in on Sunday, 3 p.m. for Joanne's Healing Within. And just enjoy the rest of your week. And for those empaths out there, just heal, awaken, enlighten, stay focused. You got one more quick word for to leave them with?
Stay grounded. Be aware. Stop, breathe before you react, respond.
Excellent. Thank you, Trisha, for being here. I truly appreciate you. I appreciate all that you do. And I'll connect with you on Facebook.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been great. I've enjoyed our chat.
Thank you. And for all my viewers, have a good one. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.